Hi, it's Naftali here. We had recently a customer that wanted to create a texture for a vertex painted model. I thought it was interesting. I'd like to share with you the how to do this, and also start off with why you may want a texture file for a vertex painted model. So let's say we have let's call it a dumb STL. This is a nice cute unicorn that we downloaded from Thingiverse, created by Chaos Core Tech. Now this is what I want. I want that unicorn in color. So I've got two main ways to go off and achieve this. I can either use vertex painting, or I could create a texture for this file. So a texture model includes a base mesh and also the texture file. So here we can see that this is the texture file in my directory. I have my mesh file, I've got material assignments, and then I've also got this texture as an image. So the color is assigned to an image. Now let's say I had my vertex paint my part. I've gone off and vertex painted it, and now I want to subsequently down the road change the colors of a part of that model. So that's quite difficult to do without the original file, without the original software package. So one of the ways to do this is with Photoshop, and I'll show you how we can take your part and turn it into one that's got a texture. So here we are in Photoshop. I've got my file. This is an OBJ file that doesn't have the texture applied to it. I can simply drag this into Photoshop, and that will now open the model. And it's telling me that this doesn't have UV mapping, as we know. And here's the model that's been directly imported into my 3D workspace. So quite simply, we go to 3D, and we go to Generate UVs. Can click OK through these, and we let this run. And what this is going to do, this is going to generate a UV diffuse map for this part. So if I here click on my mesh and I go to edit texture, that will now open up the texture that was created, that is directly referenced to this part. So here, for example, this is the pink that relates to the nose of the unicorn. Now, as in the previous model, I wanted to change my purple feet to green. So I can now use the tools within Photoshop to very easily change colors or adjust colors. So what I mean by that is, if I print something, a model, and it's not quite right, let's say I need to adjust the colors as a whole or some of the colors, I can use the various adjustment tools within Photoshop. Let's go to image and replace color. And what we go off and do is we select the color that we want to change, and here I can click on the result and I get the color selection window. Now I can choose a color from here, and that will automatically adjust, but we had this specific RGB color that had been specified. So let's go off and enter that in and click OK. And now if I go back to my model, I'll see that those colors are automatically updated. So now let's go to 3D and let's export this file. Let's go to Export 3D Layer. We'll create an OBJ model, let's make sure that we've got the PNG texture format selected. This is important if you have transparency in your model. Without selecting PNG, the transparency won't be assigned to those elements of the texture. And let's go and save this out. That's it. Simple as that. We're all done. Now here, so this was my original model, and here's the one that we've just created, and here is our new texture file with those colors. Fantastic.